Hi, I'm Chris from BikeReview.com.au, and today I've got Harley's Street 500. This is their little LAMS machine. It's not really that little, it's basically 220 kilos wet weight. It carries that weight very, very well. The finish quality is just, really, really good. These are 10,000 on the road, or just a smidge under. Just overall, very, very impressive. As you'd expect from a Harley Davidson, you'd think this was a much, much more expensive machine. So as you'd expect from Harley Davidson, it's got a V-twin engine. They call this the Revolution X, so it's been specifically designed for learners. It's a beautiful engine. Very nice, very punchy. Of course, it's learner legal, so if you're used to a full powered bike, it's going to be, something entirely different. However, for a learner, I find this bike pretty much perfect. Non-adjustable suspension on the front. The suspension overall is very, very good for my weight. I'm about 70, maybe 75 kilos in full gear, and I just found it pretty much perfect. There was a couple of times over the really big bumps that it got unsettled. However, that's going to happen on pretty much any bike, even those with adjustable suspension. As you'll notice here, we've got this one in a beautiful blue, very eye-catching, looks great. Overall finish quality is really, really nice. Single headlight, quite a retro kind of theme going with it there. Everything else is blacked out. It's got this nice exhaust on it. It's reasonably quiet, but it's still got that Harley thump to it. So I'll just turn this on. As you heard there, it's actually got a security system with a siren as standard fitment, which is great because it helps keep your pride and joy nice and safe. So that's something to remember. There's not that many bikes which also include a siren. Plenty have an immobilizer, but the siren just makes it much harder for someone to start playing around with your bike. Now obviously this is a LAMS legal bike, that's the security system arming there, so expectations are not going to be quite the same as if you're looking at a full powered bike. However, with that said, I've got to say there was almost nothing I could complain about on this bike. Despite only having a single front disc rotor, it's got a nice powerful brake, any more power and it'd upset the front end, the suspension, so very well balanced. The rear's got plenty of bite. Took me a little bit of time to get used to the foot controls, but once I did, very, very natural. That was probably 10 or 20 k's down the road after picking it up, so I'm quite impressed there. I'm used to sports bikes, and I have to say what really struck me the most about the Street 500, it's very true to form to a cruiser. I've ridden numerous cruisers, and I have to say it feels like a cruiser. The overall ergonomics really do put it in that cruiser category. So Harley have stayed really true to the type of machine they produce, and they've just made this one for beginner riders. Obviously it's liquid cooled. There's a couple of things they've done here to make it more inviting to a wider audience. It's got the Japanese style indicators, so there's a switch on one side with the canceller on the one side as well. Probably my only complaint really with this bike is you can't actually see behind you through these mirrors no matter how much you adjust them, unless you adjust them at the stem. For me, I'd prefer to have that little bit of vision behind me. However, the view into the lanes on either side of you is really, really good. Headlight, a little bit on the weak side. Indicators are nice and visible. Generally speaking, very, very comfortable bike. I can actually hold myself up on the pegs a little bit, which is something that I really appreciate as a sports bike rider. It means if you see a big bump coming, you can kind of brace yourself a little bit more. It's got a 6-speed gearbox. The gears themselves, you won't really find yourself getting into trouble by being in the wrong gear. It pulls from nice and low in the rev range. There is no tachometer, so that's just something to keep in mind, but you pretty much just ride it from feel. I did find myself when I'm casually riding, upshifting early, because there's nice torque down low, and you can just cruise along, really comfortable, really nice. If you want a bit more performance, you hold those gears for longer, and it feels really sporty. Overall handling is nice and nimble. I have to say I was really impressed, considering how long and low the bike looks. It's actually a really nimble machine. So they've done an exceptional job in making sure that this is actually a really easy bike to ride. I've been riding it in the wet today. We've had a lot of wet weather since it arrived, and I have to say those Harley Davidson Michelin tires have been really good. I've been impressed with those. For the new generation of Harley riders, it's great that they're going to be able to start on something like this, which is just going to carry them into the future and get them interested in the Harley brand. I'm sure a lot of people who are buying this are buying it just because it's a Harley, but at the end of the day, they'll be pleased to know that it's not just a Harley by name. This is a really fun, great to ride, really rewarding learner bike. So you just can't go wrong. And I mean, for $10,000, it's a little bit more expensive than some of the more basic 500s, but it's very easy to see where that value is. You get 24 months of Harley roadside assist, which is a really great thing to add in. If you do have any problems as a new rider, they're gonna have your back. They're gonna be able to give you that backup. And naturally, as a brand new bike, that's highly unlikely, but it's just nice to have that peace of mind. So if you've liked the video, don't forget to leave a comment. Like the video if you have liked it. Otherwise, like I said, let us know what you think. Have you got one of these Street 500s? Are you thinking of buying one? Do you have any questions that we can answer? Just let us know. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can check out the full review at BikeReview.com.au. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.